Okay, so now we'll see how to generate CSS just like XPath how we have seen in the previous lecture. Before that, let's add the point which we are talking about, FirePath deprecated from Firefox, because when you are working now in real-time projects in the companies, they might talk on this word FirePath and something like that, but from Firefox version 56 you don't have this FirePath plugin, they removed it. Okay, so you just need to have idea of how FirePath worked. So FirePath deprecated, and you have to use in the similar fashion, right click and to get that XPath. Alright, so CSS is again similar to find the XPath. Now if you want to get the email ID CSS, you can simply spy again, right click, copy, CSS selector. Okay, don't select the CSS path, select this one, CSS selector. Okay, that's it, and just paste it here. This is your CSS. It's so simple, right? Hash and email. So I'll tell you how the CSS syntax, how does it look, and everything we'll talk on customized section. So for now, it's so simple. Now instead of go back to your browser, and where we are doing Firefox here, right? Okay, so you are actually sending username like this. So now instead of using this, let's use driver dot find element by dot CSS selector. That's it. So by what? Earlier we used ID, we used link text, we used name, and you can also use partial link text if you know the subtext of it. Tag name you will learn in coming sections, not now. Okay, XPath we have seen, that's all. These all are the locators Selenium supports. So now we are trying to identify it using CSS. So do you have the CSS of the object which you are trying to find? Yes, we have it. How did we get that? Right click, copy, CSS selector, paste it here and say dot send keys and give your email address. So the same script which we are doing in the previous lecture, let's try to do that in form of XPath and CSS. Okay, now password, and password I'll try to handle with XPath. Copy XPath, paste it here. Yeah, double quotes is there, right? Convert that into single quote. By dot XPath dot click. Okay, now when you run this code, it should enter email address and it should enter password. Okay, let's see that. So right click, run as Java application. It's so simple, right? That's why I am teaching XPath and CSS combinedly. So browser gives that information to you. You see that email address it entered and password it not entered. Why? Let's go back. Oh, you are using click here. It actually clicked it, but that doesn't make sense, right? You need to pass something, send keys. So I hope you caught this error before I run this. Okay, if you don't caught, that means you are not concentrating on this. So I hope you identified this mistake. So you see that it clicked on it, but there is no use. Here in this edit box, you want to send some information. In links and buttons you can click, but here there's no point in clicking, right? Cool. So you can change it to send keys and pass the password information. Okay, so this is how you can handle XPath and CSS. Now at the same time, let's go back to Salesforce, and oh, we already done, right, using XPath. So this is how you can generally generate from the browser. And one more thing I need to tell you here. Sometimes Firefox is not stable in giving the XPath. So if you see any XPath from HTML, so that means from the here from this point, then that is not reliable XPath. Okay, you need to avoid it. Now for example, I'm not sure if it is, if I'm getting now, if I spy on this and I want to take XPath and forgot account, copy XPath and paste it here. You see that it's very big XPath and it starts from HTML. So when you see any XPath starting from HTML, it's not reliable. Just don't copy this XPath in your code. Okay, so in that case, better, I think Chrome gives you correct XPath. Even this is correct but not at all reliable. So again, this, we are now in Chrome browser, forgot account, and right click, copy XPath. You see that this is good. Okay, so this XPath is good. Whenever you see something from HTML, then just ignore that. So Firefox have some this instability. If you see like this, same object, spy in the Chrome browser and take the right XPath. Okay, please remember this. So all these are, you know, based upon my experience in Selenium from last 12 years. Okay, yeah, 4 years on QTP and 8 years on Selenium. So based upon my experience, I am giving all these inputs. So when you are working in real time in the projects, you will definitely come across all these misconceptions. So that's why I am maintaining, you know, one document to know all these misconceptions. Like when there are multiple values, it's scanned from top left and should not have spaces. You know, these all you will not regularly see in any course trainings. So all these points will come only if you have real-time experience, and I'm trying my best to put all this. Okay, when XPath starts with HTML, not reliable. Switch browser, I mean switch, if it is in Chrome, switch to Firefox and then again inspect, it will give right one. Switch browser to get another one. Cool. So now I want to go back to my Eclipse, and in the Facebook we are finding CSS selector and XPath, right? Now I want to click on this forgot account. Okay, so forgot account reliable XPath I found. So let's do that then. Driver dot find element by dot XPath. Yeah, paste this, but we need to make some modification. I'll tell you what are those here. Okay, so one thing is single quote. You need to provide single quote. All right, and then dot, we are basically clicking on that specific forgot account. So yeah, run this test now and you will see it enters email ID, password, and clicks on forgot account. So one thing is missing. Okay, you see that forgot account, it clicked and it worked successfully. Earlier, same case we handled with the help of IDs, names, and link text class names. Now everything we handled with XPath and CSS selector. Okay, so only one thing left now. I have shown you how to get CSS selector from Firefox, right? So we did not talk from Chrome. Let's go back to Chrome. Yeah. So when you click on this email, okay, so right click and you will not see CSS. So unfortunately, Chrome is not giving CSS here, but you can see all this. Whenever you spy like that, you will see one line here. Okay, so all these are CSS. Now from this list, you need to identify what is your email CSS. How do you do that? So move your mouse onto this item, you see which is highlighting both email and password. So this is not right CSS. And again, this another one, it's again highlighting both, which is not right CSS. And you see, when you move your mouse onto this one, only input is highlighting, right? So this is the right CSS for your input edit box. You can simply copy this and paste it in by CSS selector and pass this. You see that there might be a difference. In Firefox this is like this, in Chrome this is like this. I told you, right? Where is that? XPath or CSS can be defined in n number of ways. You will know why this is different in our next lecture, but keep this point in mind. So in Chrome you will not just get by CSS on right click. We will have like this. Toolbar is displayed like this. From here, move your mouse onto each and every field and then decide. Okay, here is the right CSS. So if you don't want this, then take the CSS from Firefox. You can just right click on that and you will get exact CSS. Okay, it's up to you, because some people say that I'm only comfortable in working on Chrome browser only. They don't want to touch Firefox. In that case, you can do like this. Okay, so it's up to you to decide. But let's write that point here. There is no direct way to get CSS in Chrome. You will find them in toolbar. You will find it in toolbar. Cool. So this way you can remember. You can refer this and remember if you feel that CSS is missing. Okay, so yeah, that's it. So these are the two locators which you can find from the browser tools to identify it. And again, once again I am repeating, in the coming lectures, to get the CSS, I'll just simply spy on it and I'll take this from the edit box which will display here. So actually let me show what I'm talking about. Yeah, so open this and here you see when I spy on this Google. So right now we are right clicking on this blue icon and finding CSS and XPath, right? For me, in coming lectures, you see that I am doing it from here only. This will automatically generate. Okay, so when I spy, automatically you will get XPath or CSS here itself. So I'll just copy this. But unfortunately, this Firepath plugin, what I am talking, those guys removed it. Okay, but if you still want to use this Firepath and work on it, then just degrade your browser to less than Firefox 55 and you will to get Firepath. But I don't suggest this. Please don't degrade your browser. Okay, so that you can still work on it, but you have to generate XPath and CSS on your own. Okay, so even now the lectures what I'm talking from last two lectures of generating the XPath and CSS from web tools is even not suggestible. Okay, in going forward we will actually deal of writing our own XPaths and CSS. This is a professional way and this is how the people do. Just for practice purpose I am giving you the hint of how to get that from browser. But just please don't always depend upon this. You have to get this point done. Okay, so that's it for this lecture, and the next lecture let's talk one more point on validations. Okay, thank you.